Alright, guys, it's the Zia Sound Collective again here for our fourth podcast. We missed one last week. There were some other issues. Just we couldn't get everybody together to do this. Today, Yucca isn't going to be with us. We do have Mike.
He's dead.
Ouch. He's not. Actually, he's off for... He got a promotion at work, basically.
He's not here, so he's dead.
So, I guess he's not here in the physical sense.
He's dead.
He is alive, but in that aspect. We have Mike here.
How's it going?
And Austin.
Yo.
Here, and John. We're going to be talking about some other stuff today. We were going to do, or they're going to talk about Impending Doom, since I pitched the idea to listen to Nail Dead Risen by Impending Doom, and completely spaced for 2 weeks to listen to the album.
Yeah, you had an extra week.
I know, I had an extra week to listen to it, but I found other music. I'm sticking by my goddamn, what happened. Because, instead of listening to that, I found other bands. I'm a huge fan of A Day to Remember.
Oh, I'm not.
Well, I like A Day to Remember, and I like some of that type of music where it's metalcore and shit like that. Well, there's a band that I listened to that I found while looking for other shit that's similar to that and going through the whole, pop punk, section that's on Apple Music. And they're called Settle Your Scores. And they're pretty cool. I like them. Came out a couple of years ago. They're really upbeat.
But the point is
I didn't listen to that album.
You fucked up.
I fucked up and I didn't listen to that album. I know a bit about them. What I do know about Impending Doom is that they are death metal. For that respect, they do make actual death metal. But their whole entire ploy is that they're a Christian death metal band. Nailed Dead Risen is the story and their perspective of the crucifixion of Jesus and rising back from the dead, basically. Hence, Nailed Dead Risen. The name of the album. The title song, Nailed Dead Risen, is talking more so about that specific aspect of the Bible. But they have been a Christian death metal band for a very long time. They're flipping death metal on its head, basically. Instead of talking about death, gore, Satan, and all that shit, they're talking about Christianity and their
Satan.
So that's one thing that I found really interesting about them as a whole as a band. It's on live a couple of years ago here in Cruces, in our city. So that was pretty interesting. It was at a little small show with a couple of other bands and small venue.
I miss going to shows like that.
Yeah, but super tiny venue shows are awesome.
Yeah, they are.
And when you find them, this was I would say
they're all wild.
When Facebook was still doing you can actually see bands posts in a chronological order and shit. So one of the things that I find really interesting is that back then you would be if you saw this post, go to the venue by this time, pick up a ticket, and we'll see how many people are actually following us on Facebook and shit. And in your city, you would see maybe 15 people at that show, 15 to 20 people at that show, which is huge, but not super huge in any way, shape, or form.
That's true.
But it's not that they're a bad band or anything. I just got caught up on other music. I found a whole bunch of other music. There was Ghost, Ghost BC and his band. That band came out with a new single, Rats, which is pretty cool. Talking about the plague and shit. And then there's another artist by the name of Ghost. He's an electronic, the stuff that I showed you guys before this.
Yeah.
It's a mixture of aggressive noise metal and electronic techno, electronic music, and it's insane. It's really fucking cool to listen to. Do you guys have any input on the album?
On the album?
I think me and Mike sit on the same page where we like the music, the instrumentation of it, and the lyrical content, but we're not huge fans on his vocal style
at all.
Too much.
Well, I'm not anyway. No, it's more of a.
No, it was too much. It was too much of a constant same. It was a monotone kind of thing. There was not really any fluctuation in it. For me, is my reasoning.
And I like bands where even though they're screaming, it's still very. You can still hear what they're saying, and not just screaming.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, with that, like I said, the instrumentation was really dope. Really dug the drums. Guitars were heavy as fuck.
Drums I love the most.
But yeah, it's just their content was fucking great. I like the way they put that into perspective with your Christianity roots, but also at the same time, kind of bashing organized religion in a way, as the church as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
But still being like, we're Christians, we believe this, but fuck you for corrupting it. I guess is what I got. The feeling I got from it, which is something I agree with when it comes to organized religion and churches as a whole. Like, believe whatever you want to believe and stuff like that. It's up to you. But I just don't believe in church or anything like that. I don't believe in somebody telling me what to believe when the book is supposed to be open to your own interpretation, kind of thing.
Makes sense. That's really cool. One of the things that I do like about the band, though, is that they try to do everything that's the complete opposite of like what normal metal, I guess you would say, would be.
Mm-hmm.
With their Christian values, they are known as a Christian deathcore death metal band. They are out of Riverside, California. They are. I guess it's because they call it something like similar to Goreship, as they say on their
Yeah, they do.
on their Wikipedia page and things of that nature about them as a band. It's not worshiping like gore. It's literally worshiping God through the sound of gory sounding music, which I think that's pretty cool. It's giving people that little bit of help that they need. They're getting the music that they want to listen to. It's happened in other genres as well. Black metal as a whole, it's a blanket genre, but in other types of genres or subgenres that are in metal, like black metal, instead of black metal, it's called white metal.
Yeah.
Which is the complete opposite of black metal, where black metal is literally talking about the satanic aspect of it, and then the cultish aspect of it, and how like all these sacrifices are happening and shit like that, and it's just all really dark, and like white metal is talking about the
Totally opposite.
yeah, the total opposite, the repenting, the living, the white side of it, the light that you're enlightened with, and things of that nature, which is pretty cool on its own. I'm not a religious person in any way, shape, or form.
Me neither.
Very spiritual, but not religious, I would say. I've had my run-in with some spiritual shit, but I think it's pretty cool. Like, they have their own logo, even. A lot of people mistake it for the Slipknot star, where it's 9-sided and all that, but theirs is called the Repentagram instead of the pentagram.
That's pretty fantastic.
It's really interesting. People have asked me about the shirt that I have. I have an Impending Doom shirt that I bought at that show that I was talking about from like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And I get asked if it's a Slipknot shirt or if it's this or if it's that or what the hell does that star mean, and I tell them, and it's really funny.
That's pretty dope.
Because it's a star, and it's the opposite of a pentagram to them. So they think the pentagram is to denote Satan, so they have the repentagram to help people and followers of the faith to be better people. And I think that's their whole thing. They have worked with a lot of other really Christian bands, and they've also worked with bands that aren't so Christian either.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're very open. They know that this particular genre as a whole is very all over the place, but there's always going to be the people who are going to say fuck Christian metal, and then there's going to be the people who are going to say fuck the devil music, and then there's going to be people like that are in this band that have worked with bands like Suicide Silence.
Yeah.
Which are in no shape or form a Christian band.
Right.
They're in no shape or form a really, satanic band in any way, shape, or form. But they do question faith in some of their early lyrics, before Mitch Lucker passed away, or died, or however you want to put it. But it's pretty interesting. The vocalist, Brooke Reeves, did one of the songs for The Ending Is the Beginning in honor of
He did.
Suicide Silence, because
Which one was it? Which song was it? Do you remember?
Mitch Lucker. He actually performed Ending Is the Beginning.
Oh, nice.
For that album, for that live album.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool. The only thing that I don't like going into a straying part of this whole thing about the Suicide Silence thing is that I don't like how that album is only available on CD and you can't find it on like
Which one?
Spotify.
Spotify.
The Ending Is the Beginning It's not part of Apple Music at all, in any way, shape, or form, and it has all the live performances. You bought it, money went towards Mitch Lucker's daughter and the band and everything, so that they can go ahead and continue. I've already tried to look for it.
Because I got the DVD off of iTunes.
I got the CD, like I bought the actual physical copy of it, and it's just really interesting. Other than that, metal music, they have their stylizations, their influences, I guess you would say. Lamb of God, Slipknot, Fear Factory, Deftones, Korn, Nile, Aborted, Guttural, Secret, Origin, Despise Icon, Ion Dissonance, and then in various other interviews they've noticed that the people in the bands, in this band specifically, have also drawn influences from Meshuggah, or Meshuggah, however you want to say it, Nine Inch Nails, Radiohead, Napalm Death, Suffocation, Metallica, Cannibal Corpse, The Acacia Strain, As I Lay Dying, another Christian outfit, Killswitch Engage, Morbid Angel, and many other bands that have been seen as influencers to this specific band, Impending Doom.
Yeah.
Which I think is really cool. They've also done... Brooke Reeves himself has said that he was influenced by a couple of other like metalcore bands and stuff that were around during the underground metal like death metal days. But other than like in metalcore and death metal alone, but he's a huge fan of like Under Oath, Living Sacrifice, Advent, Sine Beach, Aborted, Cattle Decapitation, Septic Flesh, and a whole bunch of other underground metal bands that haven't really made it out. I would say Under Oath, Living Sacrifice, Sine Beach, Aborted, Cattle Decap, and Septic Flesh would not be underground bands specifically, but they're pretty well known in their respective fields. Other than that, they've done a lot of really cool. They have had band lineup changes over the course of time. The vocalist is literally one of the original members, aside from the lead guitarist who had left in 2010 and came back in 2012. But that's about it. Everybody else is pretty much different from the original lineup. Second original lineup member, or third, I guess you would say, is the bass player who was in the band from 2006 to now.
Right.
So other than that, it's a really, from what you guys say, the only thing that you don't like about it is the vocals.
Right.
It's very constant, from what I understand.
It's just a constant pig squealing, but that's what they go for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not really a fan of that vocal style, so.
Neither am I.
It's very loud, very heavy, just to be heavy.
Yeah,
Well,
like I'm not saying it's shit by any reason or that it's bad.
I mean,
It's just that's not a style that I dig.
I mean, I love metal like this. It's just when it's just a constant, pig squealing, especially if it's just constant. I need to have everything in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Infant Annihilator. I love Infant Annihilator.
Because they go all over the place with
Yes.
it. Like,
all over
same.
the place.
The Black Dahlia Murder.
Oh, yes.
And then there's
Rings
bands-
of Saturn.
Same.
Gamma Sector and stuff. Gamma Sector plays a really... Oh, man, I love Gamma Sector because of the 808s. And they're so slow, but it's like a heavy slow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it so much.
I listened to their album. There's an album. Let me see if I can find it on my list, because...
Dude, Next Ohm. Oh, just the very, very first song. Just... And it just goes so slow.
I listened to that whole album from beginning to end.
Same.
And that's actually a really fun album to listen to, just because it's so heavy.
Yeah.
It's heavy, but it's like... It's that weird, like, if you're a person who's like riddled with anxiety,
Right.
and you listen to that album with headphones in and you don't give a shit what anybody else is saying.
You will have
Or
a
doing-
smirk on your
It's
face.
fun to listen to just by yourself when you have just... It can't... I don't know, like, bands like that you can't enjoy, personally, I can't enjoy when they're on like a stereo system or out of your laptop speakers or
Right.
out of a computer speaker. It's just... It doesn't work that way. Because those you have to listen to in your car, or you have to listen to with headphones in, earbuds, like in-ear or really good over-ear
Anything
headphones.
that has woofers, it's amazing.
It's amazing because like it has huge bass and everything of that nature, and that's just the genre. I love the way that slam metal and shit like that does things like that. One of the other bands too, like that's I guess there's a band that's really good at doing pig squeals, which would be Despise Icon.
Oh, okay.
Just
I
because-
actually saw Despised Icon years ago.
and they have a really interesting way of doing vocals. They have two vocalists.
Mm-hmm.
They have the hardcore vocalist. They're like one of the bands that started deathcore. They're one of the bands that started deathcore. Fusion, another fusion genre band, where fusion of hardcore punk and death metal, and those are the two things that come together. And you get that specifically with Despised Icon, because Despised Icon does have one person who does all the real, like, that weird hardcore vocally sound, and then you have the other vocalist who's going to be screaming just like a death metal vocalist, and it's amazing hearing the changes in their vocals. And the guy who's doing the hardcore like sound vocals, he's actually doing Pig Squeals in the background while the other guy is screaming.
Yep.
So it's a very good contrast. It's done really well, and it's not done all the time. It's done only during like specific things, like a breakdown, or like at the beginning of a song or at the very end of a song when they're tapering it off. And it's really cool. I like it.
I think the other band, Pig Squeals, that I actually do like and enjoy is We Butter
Broken
the Bread
Side.
with Butter. Oh, shut up.
Rammstein has Pig Squeals?
Yeah?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No.
Fucking... No, yeah, what I was talking
Wait, did you think I said Rammstein?
Yeah, it sounded like you said Rammstein.
I said Broken Side.
I heard Rammstein.
Broken.
Bree,
See,
bro.
No.
I just I hear broken. I don't
Go home.
hear. I hear broken.
You know you love it.
No.
You know you do.
Yeah, I used to when I was in, middle school?
Shit, we fucking jammed to that like 4 months ago.
We can't jam to it, though. It's
But
just...
we can.
It's one of the things that... It's like what are those?
I mean, we
jokes
can,
called?
just nobody has to know.
It's a
Oh,
meme
shit.
band.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
kind of what it
It's
brings
a
it
meme
down
band.
to, is that they're a meme band, and I don't like any other music. I tried to sit there one night and listen to everything that they had available, and it hurts my brain to listen to them.
It's like listening to the Blood on the Dance Floor.
I can't do that either. I did that. I tried. I can't do it. It's just, I can't. I don't know. I guess what the fucking one of the vocalists from the one you said, the
Blood on the Dance Floor, Davey or whatever.
Yeah, he fucked
Dobby?
he tried to
He's
fuck a
a
13-year-old or
Dobby or
some
whatever.
shit.
Yeah, he's a pedophile. Yeah.
It's kind of gross,
Yep.
in my opinion. But hopefully everybody else's opinion. I don't like him, but
I mean, society's kind of fucked up now, so
Yeah. I
everyone.
mean, they have
likes-
fans. They have their
Oh, yeah, exactly.
they have their faithful fans.
they shouldn't.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
shouldn't have fans. That's the thing, is that they just should not have fans, and that's the sad part.
No kidding.
It's all the little scene kids, man.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I was like, it's the seeing kids that haven't grown up yet.
But it's also like, I feel like the scene. Okay,
But then,
so
then there are the scene kids that have grown up, but they still listen to them because they're like,
Oh gosh.
it's my childhood, man.
yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
always gonna happen. Like, that's gonna happen for some people. It could be Backstreet
Yeah.
Boys. It could be NSYNC. It could be Britney
Okay,
Spears.
that's
it could be Christina
true. I
Aguilera
guess
and
that's
shit
for
like
us.
that.
It's just not that specific.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I fucks with the Backstreet.
Hell yeah.
but like, it's just really
Backstreet
fucking weird because
Alright.
people I don't know, music is just subjective at that point, and there's shit that I'm that I'm just like excited for, that people are just like, you're excited for that shit. It's like,
Like what?
yeah, like I don't know, like Galactic Empire. It makes sense only for a little bit because they're a metal band that
Mhm.
plays Star Wars
Right.
music, and it's like Star Wars influenced music, so that makes sense. But it's like, you're a fan of like that Ghost shit that I showed you earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll show somebody and then they'll be like, well, I can see why you like it because it's kind of heavy and things of that nature. And I was like, well, I like Incision, and then they're like, why? You're a person who likes Incision, and I was like, yeah, I do. I like some dubstep. I've grown to the genre. It's fun to listen
Oh,
to.
Decision.
Some
When-
wub wubs.
Yeah, because when I had my Durango, that was probably the
True.
I loved that fucking album so much. Was the album I'll have to find it, but it's the first album that I got introduced to, and it wasn't X-rated. It was the Codename X album.
Okay, Codename X.
So that album I listened to fucking constantly the whole time that I had my Durango, and it was just on the whole time, driving through town,
That's
going
funny.
to go do anything. But it was one of those albums that I first realized that if it didn't have any lyrics, it's fine. Like instrumentals and shit like that is fine to listen to. It could be hip hop music,
Mhm.
it could be metal music, it could be
Jazz,
dubstep, it could be anything.
Stuff, yeah, right.
But like this was interesting for me because I would listen to it, and I'll be driving, but in the back of my head there was always that image of whatever the fuck I'm hallucinating
That's
to the music with. Or whenever I'm going to sleep and I see shit that's like playing out, I'm just like, I gotta write that down.
Wish I could do that.
Like fucking shit like that happens all the time when I listen to music,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just it. Maybe it's that, what is it, like synesthesia or whatever the fuck it's called, where you hear sounds.
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean?
Like, yeah,
I hear sounds and I see people and voices and stuff. Like, not
He
like
sees
that.
voices.
No,
Oh,
there's
shut up.
there's
You know what I
a-
mean?
there's a disorder where, like, if you listen to like certain tones or certain sounds, even music, if you listen to certain music, you visualize or you see like color. You're gonna probably have to Google it.
Visualize color. See, what I was gonna say is like, you know, everyone. I'm pretty sure everyone does this, but you know, you're listening to one of your favorite songs or whatever, and you visualize yourself singing it like on the stage or in that Coliseum or in
Yeah,
Vegas.
it's synthis fucking that one.
Yep,
I can't speak.
I don't know how to read.
Synesthesia.
Synesthesia. Synovia.
Synesthesia. Yeah, synesthesia.
Yeah, that. People with that related to music may also have perfect pitch because their ability to see/hear colors aids them in identifying notes or keys. The colors triggered by certain sounds and others, and any other synthetic visual experiences are referred to as photisms. Photisms.
So yeah, so that's
Yeah.
synesthesia. Yeah.
So
that's-
apparently you can have perfect pitch, John.
Oh,
If I tried.
dude, if
You
you,
gotta
have
try.
perfect pitch and you're colorblind, that's crazy. Like,
But like how crazy would that shit be? But
I see colors, but I don't know what they are because I can't see them.
can't tell what they are.
but you can tell by the pitch.
But like one of my coworkers, he sent me a picture. He
Right,
was-
that's how you beat your color blindness.
Is
You
That's
what I was
associate
saying, I
the
was like,
pitch with the
yeah.
color you see,
That's
and
why I
you'll
was
know.
saying, because if he's
Boom.
able to do that, he's
That's what we do. We're
colorblind.
gonna fix you, John.
What would
Yes.
purple look like though? What would
I don't
purple
know.
sound like?
or something.
Did you ever?
It's just the Barney theme song. I'm like,
Oh
okay.
my god.
You know Lord, right?
Oh my god.
The artist Lord. She has
Oh, yes.
synesthesia, and she's a singer.
Yeah.
And one of the things she was like, this album's gonna be called Blue, and they were like, okay, why? And she was like, because. And then she gave her explanation, and they were like, holy shit, we didn't know that. And you've been doing music for like 5 years now, and they're like, yeah, this album's called Blue.
That's crazy.
Because when she was listening to the music, she saw that color every time she would listen to the different songs and stuff like that
Now
were
I
made.
know why. Whoa.
That's
And-
legit.
It's pretty crazy, and there's some that's why I was like, if I listen to music, it could be any kind of music, and I'll be sitting there. That's I can't really groove on like country much because it doesn't. Yeah, there's
I want to
something
learn how
about
to do
it.
that now.
Huh?
It's kind
You
of
don't,
like
you don't learn a
You
disorder.
don't learn disorders.
what?
It's a disorder.
No,
Oh,
you
it's,
don't-
it's an actual
yeah.
disorder.
It's an actual disorder,
wow.
yeah.
Yeah, you can't learn that.
Oh, that sucks.
So like you hear a tone, and you can see like a letter, or like you can like a certain tone can be a letter,
How
a
do you
certain
get
tone.
tested for that? That's pretty.
Right? That's what I want to know.
Let's see. Let's see how you get tested for this word that I cannot say.
Okay, Siri. No, I'm just kidding.
Right?
I hate Siri.
I told Siri to shut up earlier.
Thank you. Like,
Last night, I told her to shut up because I set a timer for like 25 minutes. And she's like, timer is set, and the suspense is killing me. And I said, shut up. Let's
But it's-
see.
Music is one of those things, and like these disorders too, they interest the shit out of me. I wish I would have went to school for like psychology, sociology, like my brother did, but like more so in the fact of trying to help with like mental illness.
no kidding.
That would be
you'd
the
be able
shit.
to help me.
That would be the shit because it would be that, and then on top of that, I would be able to. The other thing is, instead of doing film, is do another one in like music design and shit like that. That would have been cool.
That's
But-
pretty cool.
With time, you can learn anything, I guess,
Yeah, no kidding.
in that aspect.
What
But
is it? If you put 10,000 hours in something, it means you like mastered it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's really interesting though is that
Oh, that's a fucking simple way to. Okay. I see. Okay. So basically, a test is visual tests. A common test for grapheme color, one of the fucking things, is having the subject in question look at a picture with several black letters or numbers. A person with that disorder will look at this picture and see it as it is. A picture with a black letter and numbers. He or she will not see anything atypical.
Whoa.
So that's what that is.
Well, that's boring.
That's a boring test, yes.
But could you imagine, though, hearing, like, a B note and seeing yellow?
Yeah, no kidding. That's what
Or, like, hearing, like, a fucking C note and seeing fucking purple.
or
Like,
red or
that would
something.
be the shit.
like-
That would be some crazy shit.
Having all the way to the lowest note and you see like black or red. It's
Yeah.
like the darkest.
Then it
color.
is possible to hear colors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew this. That's why I
on
mentioned
drugs.
it. No, or
Like,
having
right
that
now.
disorder.
Okay, yeah, or having the. Yeah, but is that even common? Does it say if that's common?
There's different types.
Oh.
Like people see colors, numbers, a whole bunch of other shit.
There's one where people hear smells or some shit. Or like they smell something.
That sounds like
they smell something and then they see like something specific, like a certain color.
That sounds like an enchilada plate from CC.
Oh my!
Right? Imagine if it was
To be
that.
super specific.
It's the ding 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 ding
Oh
ding
my
ding in
God.
the background of the fucking restaurant. And you're like, God damn it.
I smell my menudo from like 3 weeks ago. Like 3 weeks ago.
Back to Impending Doom. They actually have a new album coming out
I saw that.
June of 2018. It's volume 2, and I don't
June.
even know what the volume 1 is for this
It's
Neither do I.
Sin and Doom.
it's
thing. It's the volume 2 of what that would be. It says
Okay.
the Sin and Doom volume 2,
Mm-hmm.
but like Nailed Dead Risen, The Serpent Servant, There Will Be Violence, Baptized in Filth, which is probably the most metal one that they have, and then Death Will Reign. Those are the two most metal names to albums that they have.
Right.
And then the Sin and Doom volume 2. There is no volume 1 in the list of albums that they have released.
Maybe it was a super early EP that only super fans know.
What is it
about.
called again?
For which one?
It's called The Sin and Doom.
The Sin and Doom
Sin and
volume 2.
Volume.
But other bands? Are there any other bands? Have you guys found any other music? Listen to any other music?
I
Fucking
have
anything?
actually.
I added all of Wu-Tang to my list of music.
Wu-Tang ain't nothing to fuck
Oh, what
with.
everyone makes fun of me for, Lil Windex. He actually. Oh yes, there you go. I'm sorry, Lil Windex. That is the stupidest name. Oh my, you have no clue. Like,
What?
trust me, dude. He
He's
even
cleaning up
has.
the rap game.
He even has.
Shut the
no,
fuck up, John.
He's not. He's cleaning up his money.
Well, that and I'm cleaning up the rap game.
You shut the fuck up.
He cleans up his
You
money
shut your dirty
on
whore
one of
mouth.
his songs. I believe it's called "Cleaning Up." He talks about laundering his money.
That's stupid. It's a stupid name.
Yeah, I know. But in
Is he another
what-
shitty white boy with face tattoos?
Of course. Okay,
Okay.
not
Not
face
real.
tattoos. Not face tattoos. He's actually Canadian. He's
What's that got to do with having face tattoos?
he's well no it's
If you're
'cause,
Canadian, you can't.
Like, I don't know. I guess not. You can only get maple syrup or something like.
You can, but it has to be a moose.
Oh my god, goddamn Bruce. But no. Lil Windex has a song called "Bitcoin Cash," and if you actually read the lyrics, yeah, that's him. That's
He's a
his
dude on Facebook
ugly
that
ass.
like.
Yeah. He used to
he
be on
does-
Vine.
Then he does a lot. It's all based off of a joke he does.
Yeah, he's literally doing this
I
to make
legit
more
don't think
money
I've
because he's
seen him
he's
before.
that's what he's doing. Like
So he's doing this as a joke.
he's technically doing it as a joke, but he
Okay.
makes a lot of money off of it
That's better.
because he's cleaning up his money.
I'll forgive him for that.
Yeah, he actually does it as a joke. He's actually really smart, but believe it or not, the way he looks. But his song "Bitcoin Cash," if you actually look up the lyrics, you'll see what he does, and it's pretty crazy. Like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Have to look them. I'll have to add those now so I don't forget.
Dude,
To listen to him.
he's hilarious. He goes like,
He does the
I'm like,
stupid skirt
what
and
the-
shit.
He does
yeah.
what?
he's like, so I was like, dude, what are you doing as a guy? Like, hello, Windex. Oh, receipts. That's exactly what he sounds like.
He does. It's funny as shit.
You're never allowed to play that in my truck.
But I'm pretty sure there's a
Yeah.
song that you're gonna like, and I know which one too. I swear you're gonna like it.
It's gonna be
No.
hilarious.
It's gonna.
I will hate it based on principle.
Hobo Johnson.
Hobo Johnson, the Scones guy.
Yeah, scones.
Oh my god.
I love scones. Okay, so that's what caught me. Oh shit, my bad.
Why are you kicking shit, John?
I'm sorry. I'm trying not to.
That's gonna be so abrupt to our listeners.
Let's back up. So I love scones. That whole album,
You're scone.
that fucking album is just fantastic because it's not your typical like rap and hip hop, and it's not your typical like indie music, and people give it a lot of shit, but I think it's very fun to listen to just because it's him just being so fucking stupid about it.
Yeah.
And he's taking it seriously to a certain degree, but he's not taking it seriously at the same time. And he's just kind of chilling. He's a dude in his early, 20s,
Oh wow.
late teens, just making fucking music just because he can now.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Bullet put out a new song.
Have they come out with a new album?
Nope. There was the single
I don't think
last
so.
year, Don't Need You, and then they just dropped another single called Over It.
Okay, so they dropped a new.
So still nothing in terms of album, just 2 singles.
Okay.
Since the last album was Venom, right? Or am I wrong?
I have no clue to remember.
Yeah, it was Venom. Venom was the last one because it was the snake and shit. But yeah, they put out a new single. As far as new music, I started listening to Red Sun Rising, Discrepancies, Diamante, Righteous Vendetta, The Parallel, and what's the other band name? Where the fuck are they? Oh, it was Discrepancies. Never mind. That band's super dope. I super dig them. Yeah.
J. Cole came out with a new album.
I know.
From Ashes to New came out with a new album.
Apparently he's dissing Lil Pump and shit,
That's okay.
which I'm all for because fuck that music.
I mean, it's pretty damn good. His music is good. It's his lyrics are trash. Like, never mind. I'm just
All right, let me rephrase. Fuck those rappers, okay?
But I do miss Lil Peep.
I don't.
I do. Well,
You weren't a fan, so you're not gonna miss him.
Exactly.
Yeah, I miss Lil Peep though, cause just his music, his lyrics especially, puts a. I guess you just learn from it.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously he died because of an overdose. But I think if you were to make more music, I think he would have blown up even more. He probably would have blown up even more.
Cancer Bats came out with a surprise album. That was pretty awesome. Like, everybody on Twitter lost their shit. It was great. Because people that I follow listen to the same type of music.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, this is not a drill. Cancer Bats released a new album. This is not a drill. And
Nice.
fucking people were just like, this is good. Like, this is really fucking good. They're just a punk band. I've listened to them since high school. Like, they're just one of those bands where I jammed that. I forgot to listen to this album because that album came out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Cancer Bats came out with a new album, and it's the spark that moves. You would think that it would have some Coldplay like sound or some shit
That's
like
what
that.
it sounds like.
No, this album is so fucking good. It's so hard hitting.
Hell
It's
yeah.
so heavy. It from right off the top to the very end, and you're just like, I want more. I want more of this album, but they don't have more of this album, and it's like that's the kind of punk, that's the kind of hardcore, that's the kind of metalcore that I like to listen to. Is where like if you're listening to the album and it abruptly just ends, and you're like, oh, I want more, and you listen to it again.
I might have to pick that up just so I can do something with skating. Sounds like
It's-
skating music.
It's so good. It's just one of those. It's one of those bands that Settle Your Scores that I told you about. Slammy. Okay, so this one's gonna be funny. It's called Sammy Slam Dance. He does covers. He does slam covers, deathcore covers of other music, of other songs, and he does People Equal Shit by Slipknot. The Color of Money, I believe that's by I want to say another band. I can't remember the name of the band. Bleeding Through maybe. And then he does Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit, The Way I Am, and The Hills Have Eyes by the Acacia Strain. It's just really fucking cool.
That's pretty cool.
And he does that shit. And then he also has Forgot About Dre by Eminem and Dr. Dre.
Wow.
That's legit.
That's pretty cool. And those are fun. Kid Liberty, like I said, I was going through a punk pop punk, like metalcore
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
type phase like that. Kid Liberty, they're fun to listen to. Till We Drop, Act as One,
Mm-hmm.
Six Stories Unknown. No, not the Bees. Is the name of the band. Bad Case of Big Mouth. This one's stupid. Crunkosaurus Rex.
What?
You're listening to a band called
That
Crunkosaurus
sounds
Rex,
worse than Broken
and you
Side.
hate Broken Side?
No, they're just a pop punk band.
Huh.
Like,
Okay, well, we'll see how this goes.
not even kidding.
The one person that I have actually been listening to the most right now is Mercules. He's a Canadian rapper. Oh,
Alright.
I like it.
So they're fun
So
to-
far,
they're-
so far.
They're a stupid band name with a fun sound.
That's cool.
Abandoned by Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Post Malone has a new track. Has his album coming out. Beer Bongs and Bentleys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. Like I'm actually excited for it.
Post Malone.
In Fairy
Still a cheese.
and fucking Jonathan Davis.
I'm gonna take you
Dropout Kings.
to Albuquerque one day. Well,
Okay.
I'm gonna take you to Albuquerque and we're gonna see Post Malone.
I'd be down.
Yeah?
I'd be down to see Post Malone.
Because I wanted to go see him when he came to Albuquerque, but I didn't have a job then, so, you know,
Cause
didn't have the money.
he does fucking covers of Rage Against the Machine Live.
Mm-hmm.
He does fucking.
He does
Nirvana
covers of
songs.
everything.
Yeah.
He does all kinds of shit. And then
Usually
he, like,
because
plays my
he's
song.
like really fucking drunk, but who gives a shit? Like he plays that and he sings his fucking heart out.
But he does like going talking about Post Malone. A lot of people give him shit, and then a lot of other people are just like, nah, he's just fun to listen to. He's probably one of the more like new rappers that I can stand listening to just because he is just one of us.
Yeah,
He's like one of us.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He really is because he's a metalhead.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like I make hip hop. I
Mhm.
make music. I don't put myself in a genre and shit like that. And I like when artists who can do that.
And he's funny as fuck.
Yes,
He
exactly.
smokes weed.
And he can yeah.
Smokes.
He's a big pothead. He's a big
That's me.
partier. He was talking about the thing for Bud Light. They did a show for Bud Light, like a bar. It's a bar show or some shit. And he was like, "This looks like a regular Post Malone show. And it's Bud Light everywhere because that's
That's
all we
funny.
drink while we're on tour."
Mm-hmm. He drinks Bud Light, and when I saw him on Hot Ones, I don't know if you guys ever seen Hot
Yep.
Ones.
Yeah, yeah.
He was drinking. What was he drinking? A Bud Light, or was he drinking a Corona?
He was drinking beer alongside it.
I think it was Corona, but it might have been Bud Light. I mean, that's his favorite. So.
YouTube's another thing, man. It's changing
Oh yeah.
drastically so much.
Yeah.
A lot of crazy shit, but all in all, Impending Doom's newest that first album, you guys weren't big fans of it.
Not
Just
really.
the vocals weren't something that you were into.
Yeah.
Right.
Makes
I
sense.
give it a 3 out of 5
Okay.
Makes sense.
I'll go with a 3.2.
because of the vocals.
I just like the drums a lot.
Did you just Price is Right me?
Price is
Did
right.
you just go slightly above my
yeah,
score?
that's right. I
You
went
bitch.
slightly went above yours.
You
You want me to go
fucking-
half?
You cheeky cunt.
3.5? No, I'm not gonna give it that much credit. No, we'll go back to 3.2.
We'll
go back down
It's
to
a 3.2 out of 5 stars.
Yeah,
Bitch ass
seriously.
motherfucker.
Um,
It's,
what was I gonna ask? Oh, you guys played any new video games?
I haven't played video
Just
games.
playing PUBG.
I literally turned my Xbox on for the first time today.
Wow.
And
I
had
saw
to,
you were
like-
online for the first time in like 6 months.
It
Holy
was like it was
crap.
actually like 3
Bullshit.
weeks. It was 3 weeks.
Okay.
And then it was actually the end of last month that I turned it on, and then I didn't turn it on at all this month. I turned it on one time this month, downloaded the fucking games that I wanted from the free shit that
Oh,
they
yeah,
do every
yeah.
month.
Just shut it off.
And then I did it through the app, and then I turned it on to activate the download and turn
So
it
it'll go
off,
through,
so
yeah.
it just continue downloading.
Yeah, that's
In
funny.
the background, I did that. But today, I just haven't been gaming. I'm not like. It's something that I want to really get back into, but for some reason, I'm at that stage of the year where I'm just like, I don't want to fucking do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's true. I've just been playing on Steam. I've been playing Paladins. I've
Mhm.
actually been trying to be playing for money again. I'm trying to get into some tournaments, like how I used to with console.
Yeah.
But you know, Fortnite. Fortnite's fun. It's just a fucking bitch. I
Fortnite,
get so
PUBG.
mad, dude.
I like-
I okay,
I like PUBG better.
I'm way better at PUBG because You literally, like, you get down on the ground and no one can see you. Fortnite? Oh, hell breaks loose, dude. Like, you freaking...
And they just released
your
50v50.
Whoa, they finally did that?
Yeah, they released 50v50.
For PUBG?
Whoa.
No, for Fortnite.
Oh.
See,
And like
'cause
the zone is literally split in half.
what they wanted to do was they wanted to make a bigger game. Not game. A bigger... How should I say this? From what I read, they wanted 1,000 players.
Jesus, at one time?
Yes, and obviously that's gonna be too much to render. You know,
That's too much for a console to do.
Yeah, exactly, for a console, and then especially, you need a really good server
Oh yeah.
or servers. But no, that's what they wanted to do. But okay, so they came out with a 50-50. All right, that's cool. I'm pretty sure they're gonna come out with the squads again, 20s or 25.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then with PUBG, they're gonna put the desert map on the console.
See, I want more content on PUBG because
Well, there's like three or four maps on PC.
This is what yes, because I have that on
Yeah.
PC. The only thing I don't like as much is that it's all cosmetics. You pay money for cosmetics. That's it.
For what? Fortnite or?
Well, Fortnite and PUBG.
Oh yeah.
For both.
Yeah.
It's just the way your character.
We won't really need to pay for it with PUBG because PUBG you just make the battle points. You can just spend them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. True. I mean, PUBG does.
I don't
have
think there's
that.
an option.
As long as you
I don't think there's an
grind a
option on
lot.
console to purchase battle points. I haven't found it. To purchase battle
No,
points.
it's not a full game yet, right?
Mm-hmm. It's still early.
Yeah, early access.
Yeah.
Okay, so eventually you probably will, but Fortnite does do that.
Yeah. Fortnite you can buy shit.
I mean, most games do that.
That and like the jumping around of Fortnite I fucking hate.
And you ever, well, I mean, I don't care. I mean, fucking Halo. I used to do it all the time in Halo.
I never really played Halo.
Everyone does.
I never
it.
got into Halo.
Everyone jumps. Even in fucking Call of Duty, you see people jumping. And whenever you kill them, they're like flying ragdoll right. Exactly, they're like ragdolled right towards you.
The big thing in Call of Duty is when people would just
The
drop.
new one. The new Call of Duty.
Yeah, Black Ops 4 is going to be a fucking shit show.
Yes, it is because it's
they-
going to be exactly like a battle royale.
It's going to be just like Fortnite and
Mhm.
PUBG, but it's going to be Call of Duty. Call of Duty version. There's no fourth installment of that story, and if people bitch enough, I better not.
It's gonna come
I'm
down.
gonna just say I'm not gonna pay 60 bucks.
fucking exactly.
I'm not gonna pay $60 plus a fucking
Season pass.
season pass. I
Exactly.
haven't gotten the season pass for World War II yet,
DLC.
Me either.
and I fucking love that game.
Oh, same.
That's the last game that I actually played all the way through.
That was a good story.
Oh, yeah,
was
it
World War
really
II,
was a
and I
good
played
story.
that, and it was amazing. I feel like the graphics were good.
They
They
were.
were really, really well done especially for the Xbox One.
Oh yeah. I mean,
And-
obviously PC is always going to be, just on what do you have.
Just
It looks amazing.
And then the PlayStation 4, it looks amazing on the PS4.
Dude.
God of War 4
Yeah,
came out.
4. Yeah.
He has a son or some
Mhm.
shit. He was telling me, Austin was telling me a little bit of the story about how
Yeah.
it's about Kratos
Watching
Yeah.
gameplay on it and all
Kratos'
that.
So,
son.
Like him, like Kratos being a dad is like fucking weird,
It is.
but adorable at the same time.
It's if you ever played it,
It's weird for him
I mean,
and-
I haven't played it. I just watched, gameplays on it.
Yeah.
Fucking Jacob has it.
And if you've played any of the other God of Wars, Kratos doesn't give a fuck about people.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's weird seeing him actually give a shit about somebody.
What was I gonna say?
He's gonna die.
Oh,
My
probably.
prediction is that he's gonna die at the end of this game, and his son's
I
gonna
can
have
see
to
that
fucking
happening.
kill all the gods.
All the Norse gods.
He's gonna have to kill all the Norse gods.
I haven't seen the ending yet. I've just seen bits and pieces.
Yeah, I've already seen it.
So I'm probably not gonna play
the
it for
game that
fucking
I
ever.
really, really
so.
want to play with you guys, even though I don't have a console
Mhm.
yet. A Way Out, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, I've been watching H2O Delirious play it with cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Michael and Gavin are doing the play pals in it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So one person can buy the game, from
Yep.
what I
And
understand.
the other person can
And
just
then
download it.
one person buys the game, they send like an
Whoa,
invite
like
to
a game
another
share?
person.
Yeah.
One person buys the game. I guess it's only on the Xbox or it's on all the versions of it. But you buy the game, say Austin buys it, you can play it with him on your console.
And I
all
don't
he
even
has-
need to buy
You
it.
don't even need to buy
Yeah.
it.
Wow, that's
You just
awesome.
download it and we play.
Man, they should do that with a lot of games. I mean, it's technically losing a lot of money, but
Yeah.
But it's only for two, so you can only do it.
right.
Those
Yeah, that'd
two
be fun-
people
that'd be
can
fun to
that
play.
game now.
dude. Oh my
Fun and
gosh.
frustrating.
Yeah. I've been
Twitch?
watching like the gameplay.
Esports, like that's another thing. Like esports are fucking going crazy
Oh,
nowadays.
dude, yes.
Mhm.
They've gotten big over the last like 3 or 4 years.
I actually on I don't know if you guys play apps, mobile apps.
Not
Mobile
really.
Legends. I made $20 off of it because I was in a tournament and I only needed to pay $5. Mobile Legends is huge in esports. Same with
I saw
fucking-
the commercial for it. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, Mobile Legends, Hero of Valor, or whatever the hell it's called.
Mhm.
Paladins, obviously. Smite. I've still been playing Smite. PC's a lot better than.
Well, yeah,
console.
it's gonna
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
better.
it's
And
gonna
then
It's
the Xbox
totally
version's
different,
gonna
yeah.
be way better than the one you get on your phone.
But yeah, dude, like I made money off of my game. It's pretty good. It was pretty cool.
The other thing that I find really interesting is that they're planning on bringing in the PUBG and the Fortnite mobile games to esports tournaments for mobile games.
Whoa.
So
Then
like
they would have to actually add other players to play instead of bots.
after they get because it's still in beta.
Actually, for that,
Mm.
the higher level you go,
Mhm.
the more actual people are there because they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
The lower levels do have bots, but
Okay.
I think once you go over 15 or 20 is when you're literally like playing with people. Like every single person is a person.
That's legit.
Yeah. And no, I had found that out because when you told me, I was like, no fucking way. I was like, no wonder I'm winning first place every single time.
Mhm.
And then I read up on it, and then I finally figured out that as soon as I was like 15 or level 20,
Mhm.
everyone was an actual player, and I was like, oh yeah, this is getting way harder. So, but that's cool. I don't know if you've ever played Fortnite on iOS.
No.
I can't. I don't have a.
I haven't played PUBG on iOS.
No,
I
it's-
just play on console.
It's easy, really really easy. But like you said, because of the bots.
No.
Paladins. I'm sorry. Paladins. They were making a battle royale game type.
Really?
I don't think they're still working on it, but everyone gave their feedback and it was kind of bad.
Yeah.
And they stopped. They did not put it at all. They literally had it for beta testing, I think 1 or 2 days, maybe a weekend. After that, it was gone.
Yeah. That's why I think it's super stupid about that fucking gaming industry.
It's
It's
'cause
like
no-
the battle
everyone's
royale
running
thing?
out of ideas.
Like the battle royale thing, yeah, that's cool for a couple games. People really enjoy that, but not every single fucking game needs to be a
Exactly.
battle royale.
PUBG and Fortnite
That's
already
pretty much
took
the only
it.
two we need.
They already took it.
And they took it from the Culling and
H1Z1.
H1Z1.
H1Z1 was way ahead of its time. If
they came out
H1Z1
now?
was out right now, they would have competed.
And plus they threw zombies in there. Like, what the fuck?
Exactly. Like zombies is like the best thing.
Yeah, it's like DayZ, all that shit.
I still have
It's
H1Z1. I still play it right now. They added an auto battle royale.
Yeah,
And
the cars?
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw
all in
Achievement
the
Hunter
car.
play it.
Dude, it's fun. You're all in the car and you just shoot at the other people in
And
any
you
other
pick
cars.
up power ups and
It's pretty
shit.
cool.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like 4 or 5 teams of like 4.
I play a lot of mobile games.
Let's see, what do you play?
South Park, they have a card game.
If
It's like
if you play
Stick
a
to
lot
Truth.
of mobile games like that, download apps where you can make money from it.
I've tried.
That's what I do, and
I don't play them often enough to be able to make anything. I would make like $1.
it accumulates. It accumulates. Just
But
have it on there.
$1 a year, make $300 in 300 years.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
wanna
fuck
do
it.
that.
Just live for 300 years, bitch.
Yeah, dude, I literally had I had this website called AppLike.
Mhm.
App called AppLike, and I played 3 games, which was Family Guy, kind of like a Candy Crush type of thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
Final Fantasy,
Mhm.
and I forgot some other type of game. I'm pretty sure it was some type of other Candy Crush game. And I have, I made $5 and I sent it straight to my Steam account. They send you a code and they're like, here's your code for $5. Boom, it's in my account.
It's legit.
Pretty cool. I mean, obviously, it takes a while to make
Yeah, to
that money,
accumulate the money.
accumulate it, but I mean, if you have it on there and stuff and you just
Yeah, like
delete
that ad
ads
thing
and
you
stuff.
do.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, ad thing, what do you do?
I was wanting to do, but I didn't do.
No, the one you do on your phone where you like watch ads or whatever.
Oh yeah, that one. It's
Surveys?
No, it's what's it called?
Isn't like you watch the ad and then you take like a 2-question test on it or
Yeah,
whatever?
they just ask you a question about the ad and then you rate it and then that's it. And they give you money. Like it's watch ads. It's Ad Wallet. There we go.
Ad Wallet. All right,
It's
I'm gonna add
online.
that.
You just sign in for it. It's not even an app. It's the dude's based out of Albuquerque.
Oh wow.
That's legit.
Yeah, he's out of Albuquerque. You sign up. You get everything ready. They send you like text messages of advertisements that they get that they can use. You can watch like a Verizon ad like during Christmas time. They were sending them out like crazy, and then it slows down, and then they send out like 3 or 4 at a time, and they'll do that. You watch those. You get 3 days to click on the link and then go to your profile and watch it and get the money. A share is 25 cents.
Shit, it's only for iOS.
Stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's not an app. It's actually online.
Website, yeah, but it's all on Apple.
So
I think it's from what I see
So
here.
fuck
it's
you
all
and your
on-
off-brand phone, bitch.
Hey, you know what? Who Republic Wireless is like the worst thing ever.
but you can get
And who knows Republic Wireless? No
You.
one. Exactly. No one knows about it. I didn't even fucking know about it. My mom was like, "We're gonna, go on Republic Wireless." I was like, "What the hell is that?"
What the fuck is that?
Fucking knockoff of like T-Mobile.
Fucking T-Mobile,
It literally
Verizon,
is, like-
AT&T,
Yep.
Sprint, and what's the other one? Boost and Cricket. Pretty much the only 6 that kind
Metro
of
PCS.
matter.
That kind of matter. And
Metro
then
C-
there's
yeah, Metro
literally like
PCS.
3 or 4 more that I know.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
And then there's fucking I don't know. There's
But,
a bunch of
but like,
stupid
if
shit.
you have Cricket nowadays, the fuck are you doing with your life?
right
Saving money.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, I actually might move to Cricket just to save money.
I thought
At least
about it.
people know me now.
But it's because I don't pay for my thing. My mom still does. But I mean,
Yeah.
that's only to get a hold of me. I don't need a fucking phone, honestly. I legitimately don't need a phone.
I have an app on my phone that I found just out of like random shit. Like you know how I don't like when people talk about how like you go onto like Instagram and you see advertisements that are about your fucking issue or like you were talking about it or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I hadn't spoke about fucking car insurance in like 6 to 7 months when the last time I was sitting in the living room and Austin was sitting there and I was like, I'm looking through to see if I could try to figure out to get something different before Christmas. And that's about it. That was 6 months ago. Never saw another ad for it, never saw anything for it. That's it. Got an app, popped up on Facebook or Instagram or whatever the fuck it's called, like Rate or Root. Let me see, because I have it on here. Starts with an R. Root. It's called Root. So what you do is you download the app, you set up your profile, you let it go. Basically, whenever it tells by the actual like speed that in which your phone is going, using the GPS, constantly running on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Hop in your car and you drive for three to 4 weeks. It measures how you drive, like the speeds in your area. It measures like the turns that you take, how fast you turn, how fast you do this, how fast you do that. And then if you get like a quote from them, you might have a lower quote than what you're getting from somewhere like Geico or Allstate or places like that. And Progressive. And if you get a lower amount, you can just switch over to theirs, finish your like
Your
annual
contract,
shit, or your
whatever,
contract
yeah.
or whatever it is with the company that you have,
Whoa.
and
Okay.
switch over. If you don't get one, if you don't get a quote, you won't be able to try again. You just delete the app and just keep the one that you have. It'll probably be cheaper for you at the end.
Yeah, no kidding. That's pretty
That's
cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Apps are getting really intricate.
They're getting, I don't know, technology's getting really interesting because it's making things a lot easier. And I feel like
It's
that's
making things easier. It's just
it's a pro and a con.
creating everyone. I mean, having everyone lose all their jobs.
Well, it's a pro and a con in my opinion.
No, it
Because,
is a
like,
pro and a con, big time.
if you want to, that's what bothers me is I would rather not do the Walmart pickup. I don't want to go online and choose my groceries and then just go pick it up and then come back. My idea of going to the store, I don't like it. I like going to the store and going,
First
hey,
of
shit.
all, I hate Walmart. But
Yeah, I hate
But
going to
like,
the
I
store.
mean, even going to the store,
I know what you mean.
I like going to the
Yeah.
store and seeing the product and going,
Like, if I could Instacart, I totally would.
that's awesome because I know that that's fresh. They're not going to, some asshole at the store isn't going to be like, fuck it, he wanted this, that's what he said.
right.
And it could be the one that's fermenting on the shelf that they didn't move.
Mm-hmm.
And shit like that. Like, that's why I wouldn't want to do that.
That's true. I could see that. Like, especially on, me and you. We all. I don't know about you, but we love Rooster Teeth.
Yeah.
They order their stuff because it's such like
It's easier.
it's easier and it's not as much of a hassle. I mean, obviously they have money and stuff to pay for it, but like, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know. It might just be a hipster thing, as what they say, because they're all like, we're not fucking hipsters, but we're hipsters. We live in a hipster town, city. And I was like, yeah, that's true. It's Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I would totally Instacart if I would, because I don't fucking like going to the store.
Do we have a Uber Eats here?
No.
We do not, huh?
But they do have the Walmart pickups here.
I know the Walmart pickups, and I would love to do that, but...
Again, I don't trust the fuckers who work at Walmart.
Yeah, I know.
I don't trust them. I'm sorry. Like they're gonna give me the fucking oldest bread on the goddamn shelf, just because.
And I feel like they would do that too. Be like, oh, we gotta get rid of it. Let's go get it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if it's if you get the great value shit that's at Walmart, like some of it's good. 99% of it's good.
Yeah, honestly.
But there's like a 1% of their shit that's just not meant to be fucking consumed.
Yeah.
And it's like you're gonna give me that. Instead of the thing that I asked you to grab, like I don't want. Give me I'll pay the extra $1.50 for Sara Lee bread.
Right.
I don't want your fucking particle board.
Yeah, well, you put what you want. They can't give you something you don't want.
No, well that makes sense, but
Unless they're out of it.
Knowing
Then,
the people
you know
that
what
are
I mean?
here in this town.
Yeah.
That's why they Instacart, because they can text you like, hey, they're out of this. Do you have an alternative? And you put alternatives on your list when you make the list.
Sure. But yeah. It's interesting. I would rather just use like the apps for, make my food and deliver it if it's something like Chipotle or like Pizza Hut or Domino's or whatever the fuck it is. Jimmy John's, make your shit, send it, bring it.
Well, Domino's already delivers, sir.
But they have an app. I'm saying like you don't have to call up anymore.
Oh, I thought you
And
meant like.
that's what I like about those applications is that you just do and go pick it up and you're done.
Yep.
But
True.
like for groceries, I don't like the whole idea for groceries because they could find the slimiest package of chicken. If you're giving them a type that you want, granted.
Yeah.
And I understand that, but they're going to give you the one that's right up front. That's.
But
like
you're just
fucking-
assuming that. You have no faith in people.
I don't.
Which neither do I.
At all.
I'm just talking shit.
I was like, I have no.
But.
Faith in people.
Yeah. But if I made enough money to where I could effectively just move grocery shopping out of my life, I would.
Yeah.
See,
Or
but.
where I could afford a service, like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what's that Blue Box service or whatever the fuck?
Blue Apron?
Blue Apron.
Blue Apron. Yeah,
Blue
I
Apron,
would
dude,
love to do that.
I would fucking love to do that. Just because they would just bring everything.
We should do that. We should sign up for the free meals and just test it out.
And test it and just go, here you go, send it.
Yeah.
Send me your shit and I'll try it out.
Every time you guys have the fucking podcast, just eat it right there and give him a shout out.
And be like, look.
Well, not eat it right here because you're gonna hear yourself eating, obviously. But
Sound like that.
Yeah.
But I would love to try it. One of those times I want to try it just because.
I'd be down.
Be cool as fuck to have like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try it.
And it's all really good shit for you too, so it's not gonna make you feel like you're eating
ass
Yeah.
food, like fucking
Ass food.
diabetes. Diabetes.
Hot Pockets are delicious. Don't get me wrong, but they're just not good for you.
Not at all.
Unless
Same
you're
with
Jacob.
pizza. Pizza may have like the best ingredients that's supposed to be good for you, but the way it's made.
And sometimes I feel like the fucking bottled water sometimes isn't even good for you anymore.
Yeah, because there's none of the minerals and shit that regular water has.
Spring.
That you don't like because it tastes weird. Because you're fucking weird.
No, I don't like the way our water tastes out of the sink because it tastes like metal.
Yeah, it does.
I think it's fine.
It tastes like
Yeah, it's
lead.
fine.
Sorry, I don't like the taste of blood in my mouth.
It's not gonna hurt you. You'll be fine.
What is blood?
Little Russ never killed nobody.
Oh god.
Or
I mean,
copper,
it
that
did.
copper.
Copper. That's
Yeah,
right.
copper.
Not iron. Copper.
But anyway.
Anybody taste pennies?
Where are we at? We're approaching the hour, so I guess we'll bid you farewell. This is John signing off. This is the Sound Collective.
Oh wait, Mike, have you watched Future Diary yet?
Thank you for interrupting the outro.
Fuck you.
No.
No? Watch it.
Alrighty.
It's fucking great. It's on
Gotcha.
Funimation.
It's an anime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sweet.
let me give you the basic thing. So there's a god guy, right? And this kid thinks he's hallucinating all the time because he doesn't have friends.
Me.
So that's his imaginary friend. But it turns out he's actually the god of space and time and everything. And he's dying. And he gives 12 people these things called future diaries.
Wait a minute. I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know exactly.
It's super
what you're
fucked
talking
up and it's
about.
amazing.
And they have the diaries on their
phones.
On their phones.
And if the diary gets destroyed, they die.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
I
basically
did
a
see
competition
that,
to become
dude.
God.
Oh man, I know exactly what you're talking about now.
Yeah, fucking watch that shit.
I didn't know. I
Competition
honestly
to become
didn't
God,
know
that
it
would
was
be
called.
intense.
I didn't know it was called whatever diaries.
Yeah, like
Future
like
Diaries.
Future Diaries.
through
Yeah.
the series,
I
like
read
through
it
the
in
season.
Japanese.
Fucking God's just getting more and more decrepit. Like shit's just falling off of him. Pretty
I
much,
remember.
he's just cracking.
Yeah.
And he's like, "This needs to
It's
hurry
a
up.
great anime.
They're taking too long."
Alright, hell yeah.
Anyway,
So back to your outro.
back to my outro. This was one of the we don't have Yucca here because Mike is
He's
taking
dead.
his spot because he's out of town
He-
for the moment. He's
he's
not dead. He's not dead.
He was murdered.
He is not dead. You'll hear him next week.
We have to
hopefully.
find his murderer.
Anyway, that doesn't matter. We have Austin,
Laters.
Michael.
Laters, have a good one.
We'll put his Twitter account or Instagram or whatever the fuck in the,
We'll
in
go
the
with
description.
Netflix Twitter. We'll go with
with your Netflix Twitter.
What the fuck's a Netflix Twitter?
No, I was like, no, fuck that.
No, I heard Netflix.
You said
Twitter.
Netflix Twitter.
No, I
You're
said
like
fuck
Netflix
Twitter.
Twitter.
No,
Are you
fuck
sure?
Twitter. I fucking hate Twitter. No,
We'll put his Insta.
honestly, I really can't. I don't like Twitter because I don't know how to work Twitter.
You
Super
say
easy.
things and you
just
post
type
it.
words and put pictures and
That's it. That's all you
it
do.
just doesn't have the
Fuck is this
Snapchat.
another Facebook? Okay, well, I'll just put down my.
It was
Insta
around
and my
before
Snapchat.
Instagram.
And his Instagram and his whatever
Yeah, we'll see.
in there. And John signing out.
Signing off.
Bitches.
Bye.